FM News Talk 97.1. On-demand audio.
There's one guy, and by the way, I love this guy. You might remember him a while back. I think it was in 2008. Wayne Allyn Root appeared in the studio. He was in St. Louis here, and he came into the studio because he was running for vice president on the Libertarian ticket. Great guy, fun guy, rootforamerica.com. And, of course, I'll go through it here. He's oddsmaker, NFL analyst for CNBC, then known as the Financial News Network. He is the only odds maker ever included in the Las Vegas Walk of Stars. So he's joined by Elvis, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Sammy Davis Jr., among others. And its political predictions, though, have really turned some heads. He's the one who predicted to the number the victory of Scott Walker. 7% predicted it. And now he's back with another prediction, and that is a landslide for Mitt Romney. Wayne Allyn Root, welcome to the program.
Hey, Jamie, how are you?
Oh, great talking to you again.
I remember coming in St. Louis. I remember that day. I remember where your studio is. It seems like it was about 50 years ago. But
I know.
It was 4 years ago, and I remember you guys liked me, and we all had a great time.
Oh, no doubt about it. And, I'm a big fan of the libertarian point of view anyway, and have always been a big fan of yours. Now, you have essentially crunched the numbers. What are you basing your prediction on?
Well, let me start by just making a comment before I get to the commentary on where I think the election is going to go. And the comment is, first of all, I'm not sure if you're aware. You think of me as a libertarian. I was the VP candidate. I announced on Fox News about a month ago that I'm back to the Republican Party, and I endorsed Mitt Romney for President of the United States.
Yeah.
And it's because I'll never not be a libertarian. I believe in libertarian values. I'm kind of a libertarian infused with a conservative. But the most important thing to me is the economy. I'm a small businessman. I mean, you can throw all politics out the window. It's meaningless. What matters on a daily basis is providing bread for your family and paying the mortgage and the rent. And Barack Obama, in my opinion, as a small businessman, my entire life as a guy who understands money, has destroyed the American economy like no one in the history of this country in the executive office. And why should anyone be surprised, Jamie? I was on a Chicago liberal radio show, and before I come on, I'm listening on the air as they interview the first guest before me, and the guy is a huge Democrat, and what does he say? He says, how wonderful is it that we have a community activist as president of the United States running the country? This wasn't 4 years ago. This was yesterday.
Yeah.
And you're sitting here going, these people are semi-unconscious. They're in a coma. They are lobotomy victims. A community activist doesn't know anything about creating jobs or building a business or raising money or turning around a company. And that's why I throw everything out the window as far as politics or whether a guy's libertarian. One man, Mitt Romney, knows how to run a business, turn around a failing company, create jobs, do things with money, invest and turn himself into a $250 million man. And that's a misnomer, by the way, because when he gave it all up to become governor, which was over 10 years ago, there was an article in Forbes that they guesstimate that he'd be worth $2 billion today if he had stayed with Bain Capital. $2 billion. He gave up almost $2 billion, $1.75 billion in order to be a politician and help the country. And then on the other side, you have a guy whose only thing in life is he's a lawyer that sues people, sues banks to pressure them to give out more minority loans that brought the whole country down. And we elected him president of the United States, knowing nothing about jobs, nothing about business. So how's that for an impassioned plea? Why everyone out there has got to vote to save your careers, save your jobs, save your small business, save the American economy. And then this morning I woke up and I said it all. Here's the most selfish narcissist that has ever occupied the White House. His last day, the campaign's over. He'll never campaign again. He's going to play basketball today. Well, last I checked, Jamie, he's not campaigning for president. He still is the president. Isn't his job on the last day, take one day off and go to Rockaway, Queens.
Yeah.
Go to New Jersey, Mount Pleasant. Go to Long Island. Go to Staten Island, where people are starving. You're the president of the United States. They have no food. They have no water. They have no electricity. They have no fuel. And you're going to play basketball? Is there anyone out there that isn't outraged?
Yeah.
He's not campaigning. He is our CEO, and he doesn't give a flip. That's what it comes down to.
Well, his bomber jacket's still in the closet. You just grab that and pop back up to New Jersey and New York, right?
That's it. photo opportunities, it's perfect, by the way, because Chris Christie helped him. That's amazing. Because all he did was fly in for a photo op the day after and then never cared about a follow-up, whether people were starving, had no bottled water, had no fuel, had no electricity, have no homes, living in misery. It's just like getting a Nobel Peace Prize when in your whole life you've never done anything for peace. Before you've done your first move, they give you a Nobel Peace Prize, and before you've actually done anything to help one person on the ground in a tragedy like Hurricane Sandy, they give you kudos and tell you're great for smiling and waving and getting back on the plane.
Hey, listen,
perfect.
And Wayne, if he doesn't want to get his hands dirty, all he has to do is fly around the perimeter there with Air Force One, and he could trail one of those little things that has the 800 FEMA number on it. So,
well,
so
I see we're running out of time already for the interview, so I've had my root rant. So let me just say, my enthusiasm is sky high. I think Romney will win. I think it'll be close, popular, but I think it'll be an electoral landslide. I think he pulls out Ohio. I think he pulls out Pennsylvania, and it isn't even close. And I think you could tell by the crowds. Obama knows it's over. He's attracting 2,000 and 3,000 and 4,000. 4 years ago, 80,000 in the same locations, where Mitt Romney's going to small rural towns and attracting 30,000. It's all over. The energy and the enthusiasm is all with the Romney side, and Obama knows that his 4 years are up.
So you are predicting a popular vote victory from anywhere to 5 to 7%, right?
Yeah, popular vote, I'll say 5% with an outside shot at 7%, and I think that electorally it'll be, 80, 90, 100 electoral vote victory for Mitt Romney, somewhere around 320, and, 320 against 240, somewhere in there. And I think not only does the size of the crowds make a difference, as women say, size matters, and Obama's suffering from shrinkage right now, but having said that, I think it's also obvious that where the campaign is showing that Obama is going down to defeat. How can you take your best weapon, Bill Clinton, the best weapon you got in the whole world, the ex-president, handsome guy, great speaker, he lies for you with impunity, perfect guy, and you take him and you stick him on the last day in Pennsylvania. Why? Because you're losing Pennsylvania. That's a state that should have been salted away 4 months ago, and you never had to look at it ever again.
Yeah.
You don't waste him in Pennsylvania. You put him in Florida. You put him in Ohio. But they couldn't because they got an emergency on their hands. They're down in Pennsylvania. And if you look tonight and Pennsylvania comes in even close, maybe you don't win it, but if it's even close and it's questionable, then the night is over and Romney wins big.
Wayne Allyn Root, always great to talk to you. Love your website, rootforamerica.com. You take care, buddy. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Jamie. God bless. And I hope tomorrow's Morning in America as in M-O-R-N, not Morning in America, M-O-U-R-N. That's the difference. It's the end of capitalism as we know it. If this guy gets a second term with never having to answer to voters again, he will be the true Marxist he was bred to be, with every friend and family member that was ever around him, every mentor, Marxist. We're done in 4 more years of Obama. Folks, get out and vote.
Wayne Allyn Root. Love you, man. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless.